Hey guys, your boy Obi of Lagos. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're just joining me for the very first time, or you're seeing this video for the very first time, I want to welcome you on board. You are brand new to this channel, and I'm really happy to have you here, guys. On this channel, I'll be sharing my experience, I'll be sharing my insights, I'll be sharing my knowledge, I'll be pouring out my knowledge. Subscribe to this channel, click the subscribe button just to be updated with every information I have for you, whether you're a beginner trader, you're an advanced trader, or you're just a mid-term trader, basically. All right, you just want to follow me and then follow my journey and learn of the knowledge I have. I have so many tools, so many information, so many strategies, so many resources that can help you become a better forex trader. Follow me on my socials on Instagram at Obi of Lagos _ or follow me on TikTok at Obi the FX God. Guys, you just want to follow this channel. But for today, I'll be talking about zoning and trend lines. Let's get right into the main video. So if you're just joining this channel for the very first time, one thing I really like to look at is zoning, which is a very important thing that everybody who trades actually needs to always know, where the market moves or where the market is going to, have that supply area or that demand area. So we're going to talk about zoning and trend line on this particular video for today. And I want you to always look at the zoning aspect of trading as well. I call it zoning. Obviously, it's called support and resistance, but I call it zoning for a reason. It gives me some sort of clarity. For example, this is Euro NZD. Is the movement of Euro NZD. You can see that this trend, right? This trend is basically an uptrend, and you're expecting Euro USD, to come down to areas such as this, push back to the upside. Right now, I have trended it, right? I have trended it, but I will also want to zone it just to know the areas where I can be able to take my entry from, right? Just to know the areas I can be able to take my entry from. Now, I zone this way, right? I zone like this. First of all, you zone at areas where market must have had, some sort of activity that must have happened there in one way or the other, right? For example, market came around these areas, just, such as this, and then, retraced, sorry, came back to this area and then pushed up. Market also, came back to areas such as this is me now zoning, all right? Market came back to such area such as this as well, pushed up as well. You can see how market came to this area, pushed up. Then you also want to zone areas such as this as well, zone this, right? Areas such as this as well, because market is already here. And the reason why I'm zoning here is because there was a bit of an activity over here. If you look over here, you will notice the activity that must have happened somewhere around here, right. Now you notice the activity that must happen somewhere around here. Now let's get rid of, let's get rid of every single thing that you can see on my screen, and then let's rezone again without the trend line. First of all, we zone somewhere around here where market came down, pushed up, came down, pushed up, had a bit of activity around this area as well. If you look down here, then let's rezone the upper part as well, where market, had a bit of activity from the upside and also had a bit of activity, from here as well. Then let us rezone here where market had a little bit of activity as well. Now, because market had a little bit of activity, you might not really consider here as a very strong area of zone. Now, that leads me to saying we have weak zone and we have strong zone. This area is a very strong zone. But where market had a bit of activity over here, this is regarded as a weak zone, right? So there are two things you can see how this gives you more clarity of whether if the market is going to eventually come down, where will be the place that the market, where will be the place market will, come down and then push back up. Now, a lot of traders we consider somewhere around here to be an area where market will come down and then push up and continue to the upside, right? Very good. This is like a very, very good area where markets can, come down, push to the upside. But because this is considered like as a weak zone, sometimes you don't really eventually like properly trust it. You want areas where market is more, more strong, more stable, to be an area where markets will make proper movement. We have traders who are going to enter at this area thinking market is going to just push up from there. And eventually market can do so. But an advice I would usually give anybody who picks up my brain in what I see sometimes is market always want to retest an area where it really has so much activities ongoing at that area. Market, for me personally,
this market can easily break here because of this low activities that happened here. But coming down to this area, it's going to be strong. It's going to be difficult. Now, if you come back to trending and your trend line, and you're able to trend it this way, this makes more sense than this, right? That's why I'm a big fan of zoning, and I would like people to always partake when it comes to zoning the forex market. Let's leave out that we eventually get into other topics as you watch more of these videos. But zoning is something I would advise anybody to always get into. And how do you zone? One more time, always zone the lower areas where activities happen, also zone the upper areas where activities happen, and also zone even the little zones area that you might consider not to be a zoning point of view or a zoning area. Right now, this will give me more clarity. When pushes up from here, which technically, structurally, I do not agree with, but I would like it to touch here properly before it pushes up to the upside. Thank you guys for joining me today on zoning. I'll be talking more on this topic as time goes on. I think there'll be a part 2 of this video. But don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. More information will always be uploaded here. Right? Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Obi of Lagos. Don't forget to join our community by clicking the community link in the bio. I'll see you. Thank you for joining.